Welcome everyone to the SSG podcast, where we have gaming news and discussion. I'm your host Chris, and I'm here with Mitch. How you doing, bro?
Howdy, partner.
Yes, sir. Man, let me tell you guys something. A crazy thing has happened. We asked for what was it, Mitch? Like 500 followers?
Yeah, we were just shy of 500 last week.
And now we're just shy of 600, or maybe at this point we've reached 600. Who knows? Actually, it's kept flip-flopping back and forth today. It's kind of funny. But, 600 followers. My goodness, that's insane. Thanks to everyone. If you actually listen to us and you're from Twitter, you found us through Twitter, then thank you so much. You guys are pretty awesome.
Twitter.
Yeah, thanks Twitter. Thanks for your tweets.
There's goodness on Twitter.
No, there's not any goodness on Twitter. Actually, it's becoming the Moss Eisley. No, it's not the Moss Eisley of the internet. That's 4chan. It's becoming the I don't know. It's interesting. Twitter's very interesting. People take tweets way too serious. That's
sure.
That's something I've learned. Oh boy. But hey, you know what I try to do on Twitter personally? I try to spread, positivity where I can. So there's too much negativity in the world. Let's be positive, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Woo. Okay, we're gonna stop that.
I almost made a terrible joke.
Thank you for not making a terrible joke.
You're welcome.
On this family-centered podcast, Mitch.
You're welcome.
But anyways, guys, we thank you so much for the continued support. As always, you guys are the best. Whomever you are. Whomever, wherever. Near, far, yes. Wherever you are. Oh, wait. Whoops. I was plagiarizing. Anyways, it kind of gives you a hint as far as what we're going to be talking about in a bit. Foreshadowing. Indeed. But the first thing we have to get to, guys, are games that have come out the past week. Which is great, because there's a lot of great games that have come out on various different platforms this last week. We're going to start off with... Okay, my brother-in-law really loves this game. The H1Z1 Battle Royale. But once again, that's like my trigger words right there. And I'm just like, right now, oh! I hear Battle Royale and I just want to just get a twitch. Just get a twitch. And I just want Have you played that, Mitch?
H1Z1?
The Battle Royale of H1Z1.
No.
Supposedly it was free. Like, it was in beta on PS4 for a long time. Because it's only on PS4.
Yeah. Well, it was only on PC for years.
Well, that was H1Z1. That was actual H1Z1.
Yeah, no, they had a Battle Royale mode.
Oh, did they? Because they're only showing on Metacritic that it's just only on PS4.
Yeah, they had a Battle Royale mode. It was one of the originals.
Okay.
And, yeah, it was too buggy for me.
Yeah, it was like back when, because it was like, wasn't that the original guys who did the whole Arma 2 mod, and then they were like, we're going to make our own game, and it just didn't turn out very well.
I don't know. They made DayZ, so I don't think it would be them.
Is it?
Hold on.
Did H1Z1, did those people do... wait, you say they did DayZ?
Yeah, the Arma?
Yeah.
DayZ's a add-on for Arma.
Yeah, but then there was an actual DayZ game. I thought that's what H1Z1 was.
No.
I'm getting everything...
H1Z1 is not. There was a DayZ-esque to it. It was like DayZ, and then it was the Battle Royale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see now. I think I see. I don't know.
The company that did H1Z1 did PlanetSide 2, Payday, DC Universe Online.
Oh, Daybreak. Yeah, these guys. These are some good guys. Or they were good guys. They might not be good guys. But then...
Yeah. What?
I was going to say, I've... Oh, man, I'm going to catch some flack when I see this, but I've seen, like, some gameplay of this game, and it just doesn't look that, like, polished.
What, H1Z1?
Yeah.
You'll never catch a flag for that, because it never looked good at any point ever.
It just disturbs me, because you get Daybreak Game Company, whom they've been around for freaking 20 years. This company used to be Sony Online Entertainment.
Yeah.
And yet, I don't know. This game, it looks like the game looks like they decided to build it off of like freaking Unreal Engine 2.
Yeah. They released the DayZ looking one first, I'm pretty sure, back when the DayZ craze was the thing.
Oh, it was H1Z1 Just Survive, I think was something I've heard about. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a zombie survival sandbox game, which is similar to what DayZ was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but regardless, the game is officially released on PS4. Yay!
We have Fortnite and PUBG. Do we really need anything else?
How about none of them? I don't know.
Oh, well, now that you say that, Call of Duty and Battlefield's going to do it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wait, they are.
Just to trigger me even more. I'm just, let's move on to the next thing of, popular with gamers. I don't know. I'm becoming less and less like, I don't know. I don't know. Freaking.
You should have ended on H1Z1, so now you can get to the list without being triggered.
Well, no, it's best to get rid of it now so that I'm not triggered by the end of it.
Think so?
Yeah, because we're moving on to something that's even better than that, which is Dead Cells. That came out August 7th for all platforms, and I've heard nothing but fantastic reviews, copied from others and not, of this game. I actually really want to get this game. I might get it on my Switch. I thought about getting it on PS4, but I think I'll get it on the Switch. It's just I'm usually not a big fan of these like really hard like roguelike games, but I've heard too many good things about this game. And it's also
like Metroidvania. Metroidvania.
Yeah, except so you have to progress, and it's like procedurally generated, right? So every time you play, the level is going to be random, and you have to, if you progress from point A to point B, you can purchase upgrades, and those purchased upgrades they stay with you forever. But if you don't make it to that point, you lose everything. Like if you die, you lose everything, you have to start over. Which is the concept of a roguelike. But yeah, the gameplay and whatnot is very Metroidvania. A lot of platforming, jumping around, it's like, it reminds me a lot of like the dodging and stuff like that. It reminds me of Super Meat Boy.
I never played that. I actually haven't seen anything on Dead Cells until now. I'm watching some gameplay, and that makes me really want to play it.
Yeah, I am actually, like, I had a friend of mine who actually told me a lot about it. Shout out to Dustin, who he's like, yeah, you really need to check it out. And I started looking into it, and I was like, oh, this actually really looks nice. So yeah, I think it's going to be something that I'd pick up. I wish there was some multiplayer aspect to it. I just like multiplayer games a little bit, but I think there's a ton of like potential with this game.
You know how much it is?
I think it's like $25.
Okay, that's not bad. This looks awesome. I want it.
Yeah, it's an indie game, and it's got glowing reviews across the board. It's got an 87 on PS4, an 88 on Xbox One, a 90 on PC, and a 92 on the Switch.
I want it for Switch.
Yeah, this feels like a cool game to play on the Switch.
Just pick it up anytime.
That's exactly what it feels like to me. It's like because I've got Sonic Mania on my Switch, and it's like it's you pick it up and play some Sonic for a minute, you know?
Yeah. I actually didn't play Mania. I wanted to, but I never got around to it.
It's really good. It's really good.
Well, I've heard.
I recommend it. Moving on to the next game, though. Actually, passed over one. Whoops, my bad. It's another game that came out on August 7th. There's 2 out of 3 decent games that came out on August 7th. Because Overcooked 2 came out.
Awesome.
And it's also got pretty good reviews across the board. It's on every major platform. PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch. And the reviews are pretty much from 80 to 85. So,
not bad at all.
If you're, it's another awesome indie game. Did you ever play the first Overcooked?
I did not, but I wanted to.
Yeah, it seemed like it was if it's the game I'm thinking about, it seemed like it was a pretty cool multiplayer game.
Yeah, it's multiplayer.
Super co-op game, but you're playing with everyone, but you're playing against them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Well, I say I'm surprised. I'm not that surprised they got a sequel out that fast. It doesn't seem like it'd be that difficult to change some stuff around and add some new things in. But that's really cool that they got that game out as quickly as they did. Because I like the first one.
It wasn't that fast, was it? It was 2 or more years.
Has it been 2 years since the first one?
I'm pretty sure. Here, I'll fact check while you.
No, I'm fact checking it myself. Yeah, it has been 2 years.
Oh well.
My goodness. Yeah, so they ported it to the Switch. That was the thing. Because the Switch has been out. Switch came out last year, right?
Yeah, March last year.
Yeah, they ported it to the Switch. Sometime between end of last year and this year.
July 27th of last year.
Never mind. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
H1Z1 got you, man.
I'm telling you, it triggered me. Maybe I shouldn't have done that one first. I question everything now. Moving on though to the next game on this list. August 9th, Okami HD came out on the Switch, and this is another game that I really want to get. I absolutely loved the original that came out on the... Did it come out on the Wii? I think the original one came out on the Wii. I gotta double check this.
I can't speak to
that. Yep, the original came out on the Wii, and the art style is so fantastic. It makes me sad that Clover Studio, they actually, I think after this game released, they shut down. But, wow. Yeah, it's such a beautiful game, though. It's got a very old-school Japanese art style. So, it takes place in, the shogunistic kind of Japanese time period. Mm-hmm. It's just some of the screenshots from the game, they look like they could be, paintings. And this is a game that's been ported multiple times. It's actually, so it was originally on the Wii. It was also ported to the Wii U, I think, and it's also been ported to the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox One. It's on PC, which the PC port I've heard is not that good, and it's now on the Nintendo Switch. Although wait, it's got a 9 out of 10 on Steam, so maybe the PC port is okay. Maybe they fixed things, but I can't. I'm pretty sure it's like an action. It's an action game, but in order to do certain moves, you had to move. I don't know how they've done it with ports of the game, but I remember the original, with the Wii, you had to move the controller around to do certain, to paint out certain. I think it's kanji signs.
Yeah, I'm watching gameplay of it right now. And, as soon as you started talking about that, they did that in the video. I was like, what are they doing?
Yeah, that's what it is. And you do special attacks with that. It's a beautiful game. I cannot recommend this game enough. Literally, I'm glad they've brought this game to even current consoles now, because it was one of the few gems on the Wii that no one was ever going to play it because it was on the Wii.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just was. Yeah, it's pretty much my thoughts of it. It needed to come out. It needed to be brought to a wider audience because it just, like I said, I think it's just an awesome game. It's a beautiful game. So, what do you think of it after seeing some of the gameplay?
It looks intriguing, but it's not something I'd ever play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very much. I think there's like an old school aspect to it that I don't. It may not appeal to people these days. Even back then, it was a very niche title when it came out. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the reason why Clover Studio kind of fell under, because the game itself didn't sell very well, but it was an amazing game. It's like the Beautiful Joe games. You ever heard of that?
Oh yeah, I used to watch the cartoon every Saturday.
Nah, see, the Beautiful Joe games were amazing when they first came out. I loved them. I think they came out on GameCube.
They did, because I always wanted it and I could never afford it.
Yeah, I actually had it for a bit, and that's actually one of the games I would love to get for my GameCube that I have with my gaming collection. Because there was 2 games I think they released.
I believe so, yeah.
It was so like very much. I think it was pretty style over substance. Maybe I'm probably wrong about that. It's been years since I played the game, but that was another beautiful game. But anyways, moving on though to the next game in the list. August 9th, once again, Monster Hunter World. It's now out on PC.
Woo!
That didn't take long.
About 8 months. Not too bad.
That's pretty quick for a port.
Yeah.
I
assumed they worked on it side by side, but it just wasn't ready to come out.
Yeah, probably. Usually they do that. But the score so far on Metacritic is an 89. That's pretty good. I think people are loving the game, as they should. It's a great game to love. I would play it. I would probably buy it if I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for the Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, whatever, to come out on the Switch. Even though I'm going to be like unsatisfied with the gameplay, because after playing Monster Hunter World on the beta last year, it was like, man, because the game's still fun. It's just not as fun, kind of a thing. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not a big Monster Hunter person.
Well, are you
Too grindy?
Oh, come on. Calm down.
Too grindy.
Oh, I almost made a bad joke myself, so.
Good. Better.
Yeah. What?
I played like 30 hours of it on PS4 when it launched, but when I started having to like kill the same monster 1,000 times just to get one set of armor, and then by that time it was already outdated. It's like, nah, dude, it ain't worth it.
You just find what sets you want to go for, find what looks cool, and go after that. That's usually the way I kind of look at it.
I got my Aloy armor from Horizon Zero Dawn. All I cared about.
Please.
Horizon's better.
What about wait, what? What'd you say?
Horizon's better.
That's a subjective opinion.
It's the right opinion.
Boy, I'm about to... No, I'm not. I'm taking the high road. Anyways, shut your... Moving on to the next game on the list. We Happy Few released on PC.
Cool.
What do you think about that?
I never played it, but like they showed it again last E3. I think it's just been in early development for the last 2 years. But Xbox showed it off like 2 years ago, I think. I always thought it was super cool. It reminded me of like a more arcadey version of BioShock, but I never played it.
It was published by Gearbox. So don't say anything bad about the game.
No, it looks awesome.
I
know the Xbox owns it now.
There's a joke there because
Right.
Randy Pitchford, their CEO. You don't know about him?
I might re-jog my memory.
Okay, Battleborn.
Well, yeah, I know Gearbox is.
Okay, what I'm saying is that when Battleborn came out, they initially was going to make it a full price game, but then there was a Jason Schreier had a conversation with Randy Pitchford about the whole thing, and eventually Schreier came out and was like, they're going, Gearbox is changing the price structure, or they're going to a free to play game, free to play structure, and Pitchford actually came out on Twitter and said, no, if you'd actually listened to what I said, it was a blah, 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 blah. It essentially went the long way around explaining what a free-to-play model is.
I was going to say, because that was a free-to-play game at the end.
It was a free-to-play game at the end, but he didn't want to say it was that. He was like, it's a blah, 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 blah. If anyone that's listening, go look up Randy Pitchford on Twitter, and he's an interesting human being. I'll just put it to you that way. I think he's a little cray-cray.
Just give me Borderlands 3.
Yeah. But then they're going to just give you Borderlands the pre-sequel.
I didn't play the pre-sequel, sadly.
I never played the pre-sequel either. I played 1 and 2, but the pre-sequel, nah.
Did you like 1 or 2 better?
I think I like the characters for 1 better. The skill, the different type, the different character. I felt like how am I trying to put this? Yeah, I think the skill trees and stuff for 1 were better, but the overall gameplay and the story for 2 brings that to the top. I always will love 1 though, because that got me into Cage the Elephant.
Nice. I like 1 better in every way.
Yeah, I don't know. Handsome Jack is hilarious.
It's set for, this is back in my achievement hunting days. I had every achievement for that game except for 1, and it was glitch, and I would have to start it. It was for a DLC. I would have to start all the way over and get to that one. It wasn't the last trophy you needed for that DLC. It was the one before it. Mm-hmm. So I got the one for beating the DLC, but not the one before it.
Interesting.
Which makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
I would have done all the way through the game to get to that DLC and do the DLC again to get the trophy or the achievement.
Well, it's okay. I'm pretty sure the completionist feels your pain. Which have you checked out his YouTube channel yet?
No.
You should. I think you would appreciate it.
Now I'm sad again because of Borderlands. Thanks, Borderlands.
Are you triggered now?
No, just sad.
Oh, okay. Well, here's something that'll make you happy. Madden 19 is out.
Man.
Wow. What?
Yeah. I heard it was a lot better than 18, but...
That's not saying much.
I liked 18.
I thought 18 was okay, but they're no different than the I mean, really, what's different? What is really different?
Do you really want me to go into it?
No, but I'm saying most of the changes to the game they make are just kind of minor tweaks under the hood.
Well, that's all you need when you perfect a video game.
It's not perfection.
It is.
If it were perfection, then it would be scoring higher than 80s.
No, that's not. No.
What?
It's because it's a yearly thing.
It's not listen. It's not a perfect game. You can't make the perfect game when you're the only company releasing the only version of that game.
How would they make football games better or any sports games better than they are right now?
Well, bring back college football.
Yeah, see, that's not how you change the game.
No, that's how you make it better.
Nope. You're wrong.
That is how because college football is better than the NFL.
It's debatable, but
I have more fun with college football. NFL feels more like I don't know, because of fantasy football.
There's fantasy college football.
Yeah, but it's not the same because
that's also debatable.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like
I love them both equally, but I mean, at this point, they've been making Madden for, 23, 25 years? They've done pretty much all you can do with the game besides minor tweaking.
I want to make my own team. Like, literally just plot my own team. I want to plot my own team. Like...
You can do that in 2K.
If I want to... I know you could do that in 2K. I remember 2K. I played 2K.
I'm talking about the basketball game.
Oh. That's actually kind of cool. I just want to be able to just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make my own team, and I can put it wherever I want to put it.
Yeah. I mean, they used to have that in Madden, I'm pretty sure, too.
Yeah,
They did, because I used to make my own team, like Madden 08.
Something like that. It's 10 years ago. Yeah, it's cool. But, like, I want to be able to, like I said, I want to be able to just go, I want to create this team and place them in freaking Alaska and then have, the Alaska Bear Moose.
Name them Evan the Devils. He's from Alaska.
He is from Alaska?
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, Evan is a guy in the football chat that a bunch of friends of ours, I guess you could say, acquaintances, and he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Yeah, this is all you need to know about him.
That's everything you need to know. In fact, that's really all that I know about him. So
I know him. He's one of my best friends. He's also in my band.
Here we go. You gonna do a shameless plug?
No.
Okay. Good.
By the time this comes out, you'd already play our show that we have left. I don't think we have any other shows planned besides this next one.
Yeah, fair enough. But anyway, so that's all the games that actually released since the last time we actually had a podcast. So,
woohoo! Good week, though.
Very good week. That's a lot of good games. We're getting to that time period, right, where you're going to start having, I feel like, it's going to ramp up. We're going to ramp up.
Oh, yeah. It's fall time, baby. Let's go.
It's almost fall time. I wish it were. We got about another 2 months of miserable weather.
Oh, don't remind me. I hate summer so much.
But anyway, so we're going to move into some more topics for us to actually discuss. I just want to bring up real quick, Mitch, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
Did you see the trailer?
Of course I did.
What did you think about it?
It's going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be fantastic.
Rock that. Wow.
Whoa.
I said rock, Dad. I almost said rock steady. Whew. That's how you get crucified on the internet.
Rock star.
Rockstar. There we go, champ. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. What was the question?
What did you think of the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer?
Oh, it was just gameplay. That's what I wanted. That's all I needed.
I think
it's great.
Yeah.
It was like they took the first one and just made it better.
Maybe. I don't know. I am curious about the story because I really did like the story of the first one.
It's before the first one.
Yeah. But still. Yeah. I just think that's like westerns don't like Western movies, like not Western movies, but movies that are westerns tend to not do so well these days. And it's nice though to see Rockstar just going, well, we'll make this video game that's a western. We don't care.
Well, the first one was a classic.
First one was one of the greatest games on that generation of consoles. No, it's not ever. I can't say ever.
Yeah, for sure.
But on that generation of consoles, it's definitely like on the top 5, top 10, top 5 kind of thing. Because in my opinion, like one of the greatest games ever is The Last of Us.
You played The Last of Us?
Yes, I played The Last of Us.
Very good. I know somebody that hasn't played The Last of Us, but they say it's one of the best games of all time. Like, you haven't played it.
They're just going along with what everyone else is saying. They want to be.
Man, that game's gonna be so great. I can't wait for part 2.
It's gonna. We're gonna cry. We're all gonna cry. It's not gonna. We're gonna be sitting over in a corner crying like a little baby.
I'll probably just cry when I get the game.
It's a little
I know it's gonna be sad.
Little too much. A little too much
That's
crying.
fine.
That's a little too much crying.
Never too much.
Maybe.
Never.
But nah, I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2, and I really think, I don't know, I want to see a comeback of westerns, man. I want to see the Old West. I want to see people have the desire to rediscover that time period.
So if Rockstar comes out and says that they're gonna have a battle royale mode, you out?
Yes.
Even on the single player?
Yes.
All right.
If they were to include a battle royale mode in a game like that, my faith in humanity would be forever lost.
Nah, man, you gotta get that money.
No, man, they don't need to do that to get that money.
They'll be doing a lot of things, but they got that money.
They're getting that money with GTA Online. You talk about milking something, man.
Hey, man, if people are still playing, it's always on the top selling games per month.
I know, so, that's the insanity bit about it. Like,
it's like, how do you not have this game already?
I actually don't own the game.
Have you ever owned it?
No.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You never played GTA 5?
Nope.
Man, do you ever play the other GTAs though?
Yep.
Why didn't you buy 5?
It's probably had a lot to do with just resources at the time, and at this point, there's other things I'm more interested in. It's like it's a lost cause in a way. Like maybe one day I will pick it up, but I don't know. I didn't play.
Did you play the story? The story's great.
Yeah, I know the story's great. I've seen the characters, and I really like the characters. But I didn't see it. I played GTA. I played a little bit of GTA 4. I didn't care for it all that much.
GTA 4 is my least favorite.
I played a lot of this is back. It feels like it's back in the day. I've nearly 100% completed GTA 3. Absolutely love that game. And
yeah, I 100% did 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
I didn't 100% San Andreas, but I played a lot of it. I didn't beat the story, though, because I just got so lost in that game.
That was a long story, too.
Oh, there's so much to do in the game, too. And then, but GTA Vice City, I love that game. The aesthetic, the music, everything about that game. That's something. We need more stuff that happens in the 80s. And that was just fun. But no, what ended up happening was I got into the Saints Row games.
Okay.
Because after Vice City, or sometime I think it was either after or around the time of those games, I got into Saints Row 2, and I 100%ed that game.
Me too. That was my favorite one.
And then I played Saints Row 3, and I beat the story, but I didn't 100% that game.
3 was okay.
But it was, but then they started jumping the shark too much.
You became the president.
You do know the people that made the Saints Row games are the same people who did Red Faction?
Yeah. And then they also made that, what's that game that just came out? Agents of Mayhem?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why it looks like so similar to Saints Row.
Yeah, they. I think it probably was going to be a Saints Row game, but then they were like, "No, let's change it. Let's make it a new thing."
And it still didn't work out.
No, it didn't. It probably should have been a Saints Row game.
Yeah, people would have probably given it more of a chance.
Probably, I don't know. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I just wanted to get your reaction on that. It was something we didn't actually talk about, and I wanted to throw it out there. So. Keep you on your toes. The Red Dead Redemption thing.
Go watch it if you haven't seen the trailer yet.
Yeah, yes, go watch it. It's fantastic.
It's like 6 minutes, but it's well worth it.
6 minutes isn't that long.
I know, but for a trailer, it's breaking down what's new in this game. It's pretty much what they've changed in the last 10 years.
Well, that's right. That's right. For millennials, 6 minutes is just like, no.
Yeah, some people don't watch YouTube videos if they're over 10 minutes.
I am one of those guys that will watch the epics. The like, oh, it's a 54-minute video on YouTube. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Depending on what it is. Like there was actually a 2-hour video on why Fallout 3 is the best Fallout game.
Good. It is the best Fallout game.
And I watched every bit of it. That was.
Did you agree with it?
Yes. I agree. Yes. I agreed with it before because the morality, the choices you can make, the way you can play the game, it's just, come on.
God, it's so good. 3 is so good.
3, and even the DLC, even all the included DLC is fantastic. I'm 100% of that game. Like,
oh yeah, me too. I've done it like 3 or 4 times.
That time of Bethesda, by the way, was just really awesome because you had Oblivion, which I thought was. Oblivion is like one of the best Elder Scrolls game.
Yep.
That and Morrowind. Those 2 games, fantastic.
They're so deep, dude.
Yeah. And Morrowind is a little hard to kind of get through because the graphics might be a little too dated for some people, but that was awesome. You could create your own class.
Dude, it was mind-blowing back in the day. You can do classes, you can create your own spells. Like I remember this one spell my friend did levitating. This is like original Xbox. I was early middle school. He was going to levitate, and he was like just as if like there were stairs. He was levitating like into like the sky, and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I remember. I created my own class because back then I was like not too long after, it was around the time Lord of the Rings was popular.
Yeah.
And I created a ranger class.
Ranger.
Yeah, and pretty much what was it? I think longsword was an option, and bow, and then a lot of athleticism, and jumping, swimming, everything, so that my guy could be really fast, but he was really good with sword, and he could also shoot with the bow pretty well. It was like, I made my very own Aragorn. And that's the character I actually beat the game with, too. It was really fun.
Good.
But, we got off on a tangent. Wow.
It's all good. I wish that, just to go back to this, I guess, for a second, I wish that they would stop dumbing down the Elder Scrolls games. Well, I felt like Morrowind was more in-depth than Oblivion. But Oblivion was better as like an action-oriented game, and then Skyrim just like was accessible to like everyone.
Well, that's kind of the goal is though for a lot of game designers.
Yeah, well, I don't want it to be.
They want to make the game accessible for new people that want to come into it, but they want to make sure that there's also a little bit of a challenge there for the the diehards. So, I mean, I get what you're saying though. The thing is though, the combat in Elder Scrolls has never been like a very good thing.
No.
It's been very much wave your stick around until they're dead kind of a thing.
Yeah. Especially in Morrowind. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'd like to see the next Elder Scrolls game have some better combat. I'd like to see them go like the For Honor route with like combat, where you literally kind of have to. It's more engaging, I guess you could say. It's not just block, wave my sword at their face until they're dead. Yeah.
That'd be interesting if they did like a For Honor kind of.
Yeah.
For Honor's combat's great.
It's very what?
Great.
Oh, it's great, yeah. But anyways, so we're going to officially move on to the big topic at hand.
Big topic.
Which is plagiarism.
Don't do it.
Stay in school, kids.
Or Or go to school.
Go to school more, kids. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you, if you follow gaming, the gaming industry, gaming news in the least bit, heard about this this issue that occurred on IGN, where one of their writers essentially plagiarized another review of Dead Cells.
Yes.
This other review was done by Boomstick Gaming, which is a YouTuber. Yeah. This is stupid. I mean, I understand we live in a day and age, right, where, you know, there's no such thing as an original idea. It's easy to make it sound like, you know, you sound like someone else, I guess you could say, but to be fair, I think you could write a review, especially on Dead Cells, and not put similar words together. Right?
Or the same words, just in a different order.
Yeah, I mean, in this article, this is a BBC article, and as always, any links or any pages, any articles that we use, I will post them in the description. But the original author of the Dead Cells review, or at least I guess you could say in this article, they give an example of some of the similarities, and then the thing is though as well, the original author actually created a video that broke down some of the similarities. Which is, I think it's in this article. Yeah, I think you can click through. I think they show it. But, so, just to give a bit of an example from what the article actually says, as far as the similarities go, it says in the IGN review, the review on IGN, it says, fights are fast, fluid, responsive, and hands down one of the most gratifying representations of video game combat I've ever experienced. While the Boomstick Gaming review says fast, fluid, responsive, and one of the most one of the most rewarding representations of 2D combat of the entire genre. Now, they sound very similar, don't they, Mitch?
Yes.
Is this really plagiarism?
Yes.
Why is this plagiarism? I'm curious.
He used the exact same words.
But I'm saying that, like, if I wrote a review and I used those types of things, if I'd never seen that review before, though, and I'd used those exact same words, and someone just came around and said, oh, wow, that looks very similar to this person's review, but I've never seen the review before. How can it be plagiarism if I've never seen it?
Are you genuinely asking, or...?
I'm genuinely asking. I'm trying to form a little discussion.
Well, in this instance, he just blatantly ripped him off and just reworded it ever so slightly.
The big thing that I'm wondering is, how did they know? How did they know that? How did they know that this Philip person, actually like ripped the entire thing, kind of sort of thing? How do you know?
Boomstick reached out on Twitter and said that IGN copied my review of Dead Cells and asked Twitter what he should do, and he got a few responses, and obviously that tweet blew up and got to the right people. And then IGN reviewed it and let Philip, the journalist or the worker, the employee at IGN, let him go within a few hours. So Boomstick noticed it, the original writer of the Dead Cells review.
Right. So because I'm just, to me, I'm not defending what Philip did. Okay, I think what he did was was wrong. I've not read enough of the similarities between the two to know if it is actual plagiarism or not. Because like, I guess what we should do is we should look up the definition of plagiarism. How about that?
All right.
The practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. So essentially any kind of like copying or infringement of copyright. So based off of the definition of plagiarism, it would seem that if Philip just took the concept of what was being written and summarized it in his own words. Maybe he did use a few similar words or phrases, but the entire thing would come out as an original work. Or would it?
No.
Was he taking Boomstick Gaming's review? Was he taking it word for word? Or was he taking, copying bits of it and just making it his own thing?
He was changing it ever so slightly so that it...
Was it ever...
would look like... Yes. Fast, fluid, and responsive. I'm assuming that we're leaving his response to this... Because he made a video, as of the time of this recording, made about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Where he took credit for... said it was completely his fault for what happened, which obviously it is.
Well,
plagiarized it.
Well, yeah, but I'm just wondering, and granted, maybe I need to do more research into this, right? Maybe I need to look, read more into it and just do more research with it. I'm just basing things off of a couple of articles that I've read through. But to me, it seems, because honestly, what were we told to do in school sometimes? Don't copy something word for word, put it into your own words. And based off the definition of plagiarism, the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own, if he changed it enough, then it's his own idea. It may be a summary of someone else's review, but he's putting it into his own words.
Why are you defending plagiarism?
I'm not defending plagiarism. What I'm trying to do is just get people to think for a second. Was it really plagiarism? Are we really freaking out over something like this for no reason?
Yes, because it's plagiarism. That's why he was fired.
Was he possibly wrongfully terminated?
No.
I'm playing devil's advocate. What's happened, right? I'm not trying to...
You couldn't play devil's advocate. It's not black or white. There's not like a... When it comes to writing, I feel like there's not like an end-all, be-all. There's no black or white to writing. I mean, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying writing can be very subjective. What I'm just wondering is, do we even really know what plagiarism actually is? To actually be able to say that this was plagiarism? Yes, because that's what definition of plagiarism is there for.
So he literally took someone else's works and passed them off as his own. That sounds like a straight-up word-for-word copy. That doesn't sound like he took this and then modified it and then put it out there.
He did modify it, but he also used the exact same words and adjectives to describe it. Fast, fluid, responsive. Philip said, fights are fast, fluid, and responsive. Literally the same words, with a few in between.
I think I'm just going to have to do more research on this. I can't base an opinion just based off of one example here. I really, honestly, we both probably should have watched what Alex K, the person who's over at Boomstick Gaming, what his response video was.
There's more in detailed things. I watched it the day it happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I need a little more, evidence on this, and possibly, I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna look back on this next week and go, I'm an idiot.
That's how I'm looking at it.
And hey now, whoa. I'm just trying to create some interesting discussion.
You're defending plagiarism.
I'm not defending plagiarism. I think it's something that is ludicrous to actually do. I think if anyone who's actually has a even the tiniest amount of talent when it comes to writing should be able to come up with their own thoughts on something, and not even a talent with writing. So you should be able to formulate your own opinion on something without without basing it off something else you saw. So like, I see the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. Because I saw it myself, not because I've seen other people saying it's awesome. I say The Last of Us is a wonderful game. Probably one of the greatest games. We could probably put it in like greatest games all time list. Right?
I would.
But I'm saying that based off my own opinion. And I'm not basing it off of others.
Well, in his response video to all of this, he says that he watches and reads other reviews before formulating his own opinion.
So maybe that's where he made a big misstep with it, was that he shouldn't have become so influenced by something, and he should have just played the game for himself. And then what comes to mind while you're playing the game, there's your review.
Exactly.
That's what I've done every time I've written a review before, was just, I play the game and I'm just like, how does this make me feel? What's my responses to it? What irritates me? What makes me happy about it? I go through this little progression system of sorts in my own mind, and I take what I've written, I throw it into a Word, I throw it onto Microsoft Word, and then I let an editor read through. Usually it was Ryan that was reading through all this stuff.
Ryan.
Yeah, but Ryan always told me I was pretty good at writing, and he would read it. He would make suggestions, as a good editor should. We'd make those changes, and then boom, there you go. If I'm going to review a game, me personally, then I'm not going to really pay that much attention to other people's reviews.
As you should, because if people are reading your article, they care what you think, not what others think.
Well,
Otherwise they go to the other places.
Well, it's mostly because I don't want to be influenced by what they're saying. I wrote a review last year on both Fate of the Furious and the King Arthur movie. I did not see any I think the most I saw was like a Rotten Tomatoes review on Fate of the Furious, and I saw nothing on King Arthur. If I'm going to do
anything on King Arthur, sadly.
Do what?
I don't think anyone saw anything on King Arthur, including the movie, sadly.
Which is a shame, because I think that was an underrated movie. It wasn't a great movie. It was good. It was good.
It was a good movie.
But I'm just saying, personally, I tend to go through a process. If I know that there's something that I want to review, I'm going to go at it and just ignore all the other noise and approach it myself. So maybe there's a lesson to be learned here. Don't let others influence your opinion before you voice it.
Exactly.
And no, I wasn't defending plagiarism.
Sure.
What?
We'll let the jury decide that.
Oh my gosh. Freaking loser.
Throw him in jail, boys.
Loser. So, Mitch, what do you think about it as far as his apology and stuff like that? Do you think he was being legit about it?
Yeah, he seems sincere. But as a journalist, plagiarizing things basically like committing murder. Which he's not going to be able to. He's more than likely not getting another job as a journalist. But as a content creator, which is what he used to do, he used to have a YouTube channel. That's assuming what he's going to do now that he's not with IGN anymore. I don't see a problem with that.
I think eventually he will. I think because of that response that he made, that video, I think eventually he will be able to get another job in journalism, because it came out fast. He admitted to his mistakes, but he's going to have to gain some serious credibility. He's going to have to get some really credible people to sign off for him, essentially.
If he's getting a journalism gig, I don't think it's going to be in the games media industry.
Probably not. I don't know. Although, I mean, The Escapists just started back up, so maybe they're looking for more writers. That I used to like The Escapists. It got too political for a minute.
It happens.
I think that's the reason why they shut down. But then they came back. I don't know. Regardless, I think, you know, I think he'll be fine for whatever he does. I think he, you know, is a talented person. If he was hired by IGN, and I know we make a lot of jokes about IGN, but IGN's not just going to hire anybody off the street.
Yep.
You got to have some type of, you know, credentials. You got to have some type of, you know, influence that goes before you for, you know, in order for them to hire you, I think. And you also have to have a talent and be able to actually write. And I think this Philip dude, I think he can write, maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about him.
I don't think he was much of a writer as he was like an on-screen personality. Because he was the host of Nintendo NBC podcast, or Nintendo podcast at IGN.
Okay. So, I think then, you know, for what he was doing, maybe this whole review thing, maybe he wasn't originally supposed to write the review. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he was kind of put into a position and he had a, you know, I don't have that much time, and he did the best he could with what he had, and it just so happened that it just, I mean, like, this is like seriously bad luck. Because you don't know how many other, like, how many other, you know, reviewers actually do this similar stuff. They just don't get caught.
Well, I imagine that if another person did it, they would be called out by now.
Potentially. We don't know. Just saying. I mean, yeah, I don't know how many.
Again.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I just think it's just an unfortunate situation for the guy, and you know, I think if it's going to be hard for him to build up, you know, another following. The stigma is going to follow him for the rest of his life. You know, plagiarism is one of those things where once you are, you know, once the public knows that you did something like that, it never goes away.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter how much soap you scrub that with; it's never going to go away.
There's a reason they teach you to never do that.
Yeah, because humans are triggered by people who steal things, and especially if you steal their thoughts and words and everything like that, it's a big no-no. But the thing is, though, there was one thing that was mentioned in the video where apparently people are going after his family.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Come on, people. Be smarter than that. If you want to throw insults at him, that's one thing. But I don't even think you should insult him. I don't think you should.
No, you shouldn't harass him.
No, don't harass him for it. He made the mistake, and he knows he made the mistake. I mean, how many times have we made a mistake? How many times have those of us? I mean, some of us. I mean, I'll throw my name in the hat. Have been fired from a job because you did something stupid.
I actually haven't.
The only time I was ever fired was for quote unquote insubordination, but it was because I was being told to go do something that I wasn't trained to do, and it was like something where if I screwed up on this, I could have like gotten hurt pretty bad because I was dealing with like some really dangerous chemicals.
Were you plagiarizing?
All day, every day, baby. Yeah, no. But I'm pretty sure though that you've done, like, in past jobs though, Mitch, I'm pretty sure you've done something very stupid where you're just going like, oh crap. You know, like, maybe you smarted off to a customer or something like that, and you're just like, and, you know, maybe you get talked to or something, and they you don't get fired, but you're just like, man, I probably came close.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm saying that for the point where it's like, you know, he screwed up and people shouldn't go after him just because he made a mistake. Yeah, it's a public mistake, but just leave the man alone. He's like got enough to deal with on his own without having, you know, the court of public opinion coming down on him. That's not.
He lost his job and his credibility. He's already low enough right now.
Yeah. Don't look. I'll put it to you this way. If we end up waking up, you know, a week from now and we find out he has, like, caused harm to himself because of all this negativity going on, I'm going to be so mad at a lot of people. I will literally take to Twitter and just go crazy against these people who want to act this way, because it's not needed. It's uncalled for. Be nice. Positivity, people. If he messed up, forgive him. If he made a mistake, first of all, he didn't harm you. He didn't hurt you.
I bet you didn't even read the review.
Do what?
I was saying, I bet they didn't even read the review.
Yeah, you probably didn't even read what the review was anyways. You're just
go play Dead Cells because it looks awesome.
Yeah, totally go play Dead Cells. Yeah. But I guess we're gonna move on from this now, because I could go on another rant about this, and we don't want another ArenaNet situation.
Yeah, I wish him the best of luck in the future, but
yeah, same here. You know, he doesn't seem like he's a bad dude.
Nah,
you know, he seems
he's
nice.
Made a bad mistake.
Just made a big bad mistake.
But
he sunk his career. That's essentially what it was.
Yeah,
you know, and I hate it for him, and you know, I don't know. Maybe he'll come right for our website. Think we can get him?
I don't think anybody would like us.
Oh, but come on. He could come and write for us.
He's going to steal my thoughts. He cannot write for us.
All right, you know what? I'll reach out to him. I will go reach out to him on Twitter, and I'll be like, hey, man, we are starting up a little thing. We can't offer you anything but goodwill, positive thoughts, and an encouraging work environment. But would you like to write?
I don't think that's going to pay his rent.
I know it's not going to pay his rent, but, you know, it'll make him feel better.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He acknowledges you.
He probably won't acknowledge me, but, I mean, you know what? I'm still going to throw it out there. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to sit. No, I'm not. No. I'm going to leave him alone, because.
As everyone should.
Yeah, he doesn't need any more drama or anything like that. I mean, I think it would be hilarious kind of a thing to do that, you know, but I think he might look at that as me being insulting to him. I don't want that. So.
Yep.
So, anyways, moving on to the next topic: Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah.
We have a release date, ladies and gentlemen, December 7th of 2018. It's going down this year.
That's already been announced, though.
But I'm just saying, it's officially announced, and we've got all this information that just came out. I don't know, dude. Stop. We've never talked about Smash on the podcast. Come on, man.
Dude, listen up, dude. You're gonna steal my release dates.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
So, I mean, I guess I'm in. Are you interested in the Smash? I think I might be. I might pick this game up.
Am I interested?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's kind of a meh title. You know what I mean? Like,
first of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you?
Office references. I dig it.
God, I can't wait for it.
This is gonna be huge.
It's the perfect Smash game.
How are they gonna do? I always look at like when they come out with like the Smash information, and I'm just like, how are they gonna do this for the next game? Like, what is? Oh my goodness! Like, what are they gonna do for the next one? If they're gonna do a next one, I guess
this could be it.
This might be the final Smash Brothers game,
and they just keep adding on to it.
Yeah, they just port this over to whatever the next generation is, console.
I don't think anybody would be mad, especially now with all the content that we're getting out of Ultimate.
Well, I don't think. I mean, it's more than just content. They've changed the gameplay mechanics back to be similar to Melee, because they want people to look at this game as being a competitive fighter as well. Because
Smash is always competitive.
Well, I mean, it's not in Evo.
It wasn't this year?
Melee is the only Smash... I mean, I'm saying Melee is the competitive one. What I'm saying is they want to bring a new Smash game so that it becomes a competitive game. Smash is competitive, but it's not a game that's used by competitive players, or hasn't been a game used by competitive players since Melee. People are still playing Melee.
Maybe they seem to get good, dude.
I think they're already pretty good. All right? Just
we'll see.
Go play one of those people that actually I think it was the Smash Brothers Melee tournament in Evo was actually really good. But I think they used the Wii U version or something. I remember seeing something about like a bunch of Bayonetta stuff happening, and people were booing.
Smash 4.
Yeah, people were booing. Like
Why?
it was because it was bad. The both of the players couldn't really play, apparently, or I don't know what went down. It was just like, wow.
I said, man, they got to get good.
But they made it all the way to the finals at Evo. That's supposed to be like best of the best.
Well, if they suck, obviously they're not good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've played against some real freaking hard guys in Smash. Like, I have a friend, Dustin, a friend of the show. He can destroy you in Smash with Rosalina. Oh my gosh. So it's like two hits and it's over.
It's okay because I've not played a Smash Brothers game since the Jigglypuff incident. So, that'll... Back
when my band and I used to tour a lot, it was around when Smash for the 3DS came out. So it was perfect. Just everyone just sat around and played each other in Smash. We didn't have anything else to do besides play shows at night. So
I played with Ryan once, and oh boy, every character I tried to bust out, he would destroy me with Jigglypuff.
Really?
Every character. I tried like 8 to 10 different players. Every time he would just own me with Jigglypuff.
Wow.
And that's the last time I played a Smash Brothers game. That was last year.
When was that?
Last year at some point. Like, I've looked at. I still have it's Smash Brothers on the Wii U, and no, it probably was. I've known you guys longer than that. It's coming
You've
up
known
on
us for like over 2 years.
It's almost it's been over 2 years. So
it was right after Batman vs Superman came out.
Yeah. So it's been a little over 2 years. It was I think it might have then been sometime towards the end of 2016.
Okay.
I've not played Smash Brothers since then, somewhere towards the end of 2016.
That's probably about the same time I did too.
And it's strictly because I got owned by Jigglypuff in ways that I just. So that's the Jigglypuff incident. That's the reason why I've not touched the game like that, and I'll never play. I don't want to ever play against Ryan ever again.
He's got to train, man. Make a Rocky montage of you training, and then you got to go down and beat him.
Maybe we could. Maybe something like that could happen.
Like have you like climbing a mountain, but you're not playing the game. You're just running. Then somehow it's going to make you better at Smash.
I know, right? Opens a bag of Doritos. Yeah!
Don't forget your Mountain Dew, man.
And it's like, we go to high five, and there's just like a bunch of like the nacho cheese dust all over the place. Just, That'd be funny. I would be willing to take part in something like that.
That'd be good content.
Maybe, but I think we're too lazy for that. So,
we also live 2 states away.
Yes. I was thinking like 2 states. And it's like yes, there's a South Carolina.
Fortunately.
So, Mitch, which of the new characters that they've announced are you most excited for?
Probably Ridley.
Still, after all this time, Ridley?
Yeah. What's wrong with Ridley?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
You want to know my real one, then, huh?
Do what?
You want to know my real one?
Sure.
King Rule, baby.
King K. Rule.
That's right.
That's your main squeeze.
That's my man.
That's your man. That's your Lizard King, huh?
I was kind of way too excited when they announced it.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Huh. I will say it's been a long time coming for us to have another character from the Donkey Kong. You know,
Dude, me and my mom used to play Donkey Kong together all the time growing up.
Are you talking about the Super Nintendo one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We played them all together, man.
I like Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, yeah.
I love Diddy Kong Racing.
The countries, those were her favorite. Donkey Kong countries.
Yeah. Yeah, those were really good games. Rare was such a good company back in the day.
I still need to get Tropical Freeze.
I've heard that's super good, man.
Me too. I didn't get it for Wii U, and now it's out for Switch, so I need to get it soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. So
I heard it gets really hard at the end too.
So I'm actually gonna say that I don't have anyone that I'm interested in. I'm just excited with the massive roster.
So for everyone at home that doesn't know, who's all in this?
Do you have a massive roster list?
No, the big reveal was supposed to be everyone from all the Smashes, including DLC characters, plus the new 4 they've announced so far for Ultimate. So every character that's been in a Super Smash Bros. Game, including DLC, so Bayonetta, Cloud, ones from Brawl that were in there, Snake,
Sonic.
Sonic will be in there, yeah.
Little Mac.
Bayonetta, Ice Climbers are back.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, everyone.
Marth.
And then, yep,
Mega Man.
already said him.
Oh, I'm sorry, are you talking? What? Oh.
No, you already said him.
I
Said
didn't-
Mega Man twice.
I didn't say Mega Man twice.
You did.
I said Little Mac.
Sure.
What?
Plagiarizing me right now?
Huh?
I want to know what your beef with Ridley.
I don't have a beef with Ridley. I was like, when I saw that she was going to be a character, I was just like, okay. It's going to be like a freaking Ganondorf or Bowser. It's going to be big and weighty. I like my fast characters.
Go ahead and body shame Ridley.
I'm not body shaming. I'm just calling it like it is. Okay?
Sure.
Just calling it like it is.
Sounds like you're shaming to me.
I'm not shaming it in the least bit. I just like my speedy characters.
All right. So who's your main? Or
Fox.
do you have a main?
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah. Actually, in Melee, it was Falco. Or not Melee. It was Brawl. Brawl, it was Falco. And I actually mained Sonic for a little bit.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
That was kind of hard, but it was fun. And in Smash Brothers 1, it was between Pikachu, Fox, and Link. In Melee, it was Fox and Link. In Brawl, it was Falco, Sonic, and I think that was the main ones I played with. And then I didn't really have a main in Smash 4 because I didn't play it nearly enough because I don't have any friends.
I feel you. I never actually played Brawl because I didn't have a Wii. I sold it for $360 back in the day.
Uh-huh.
So the only time I played Brawl was whenever I went to his house. Which was not enough.
But I know they changed up Fox just enough in in Smash 4 to where it was just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
So, I think, I'm trying to think, who did I actually... I think I just went back to Link. But, for whatever reason, Link, Fox, and Pikachu are usually my favorites. Followed by Marth.
Marth and Roy are great as well.
Marth was fun. Countering, man. Just getting those counters off. Someone come up, nope, boom. You're out. You're off. Someone comes up, nope, again,
Roy?
boom. Huh?
Did you play with Roy any?
Roy was like Marth, but with steroids.
Yeah, I love Roy.
He didn't have much recovery, I don't think, but he was like, you could charge up his attack, and literally, if a person had 0%, you could almost knock them right off the freaking stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Go ahead.
I think me and my friends, we called him Wrath God Ike as well. Like, there was Ike back in the day. Remember Ike? Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Ike was one we just... It was another one. I think Ike was actually the strongest of them all. I just remember, like, playing Melee with a bunch of friends. And just... Anyway, we had to, like... You can't play Ike. Like, we had to ban Ike because whoever got Ike would just wreck it, like the rest of us. I mean, it'd be like a free for all, but then it ended up being like a 3-on-1 because they'd have Ike. It was funny.
My brother was super good with Ness in Melee.
Really?
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
I've never enjoyed playing as Ness because he's just PK Thunder. PK Thunder. Yeah, it's just too hard to control. You get knocked off the stage and you're trying to do PK Thunder, and then you hit him at the wrong angle, and he goes flying into the actual the floor, and you're just like, no.
It's
But one that I always liked to play as. I'll take it back. I did have a main in Smash 4. It was Little Mac, the boxer.
Yeah.
That was nothing but cheese all day long, people. That was just like...
I played Luigi for a long time in Smash 4 too.
Luigi's like Dan in Street Fighter.
I'm not familiar.
You should, when we're done recording, you should go look up Dan from Street Fighter. He's like the worst character.
Whoa! We're trying to set up my man Luigi.
But it's like the people that are good, that become good with Dan, are like some of the best players. Like, if you
man, good Luigi can mess your life up.
Well, Jigglypuff can mess your life up, as I've shown. And then, like, he had the freaking, the unlockables. Like, so, like, Ryu and Cloud and them, they were, like, you had to have, like, the amiibo to unlock them. Ended up going up against him, and he bust out freaking Cloud, and I'm like, why?
Strong Cloud.
He's OP.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't play much after the DLC came out.
I think also with Ryu, you could actually input the button commands to do is like Hadouken and Dragon Punch, Hurricane Kick.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm pumped for it, man. I'm looking forward to this. This honestly, and because I'm having to save my money accordingly. But I think this might be the one, because like going down the stretch of this year, I'm only going to probably be able to buy one game coming out, and I got to make it count. And this is going to be the one. This is going to be the game.
It's going to consume my life. I'm not even joking.
I'm hoping that our group of friends, everyone who has a Switch gets this game, because I want us to constantly be playing this. It needs to happen.
I know Ryan and I will, for sure. I keep yawning. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I'm tired too. I keep like leaning off to the side and yawning. But yeah, so Smash Brothers, more than 800 tracks of music. That is beautiful. I love the music. Oh, give it to me.
So good.
103 stages. Yes, that's incredible. And then
it's almost double the amount.
Yes. And then I'm also curious about like having a tourney mode. Like, imagine us getting involved in like a tournament mode kind of a thing, and then you get to like you get knocked out, but you get to like watch the progression, moving forward.
It's gonna be great.
I get to watch everyone get owned by Ryan playing Jigglypuff. Yeah, it'll be wonderful.
I need to bring out the old Wii U, start practicing again.
Same here. Actually, the Wii U's right here. It's right beside me. Aha.
Me too. It's just not plugged up.
Yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys are excited for Smash Brothers. You better be. Holy crap.
Yeah, you better be.
Like, we've only waited, Wait, when did Smash 4 come out?
2014? 13? 14? 14? 14. Hold on. Wait a second. 2014, November 21st.
Yeah, we've only waited like 4 freaking years. Blah.
The 3DS version actually came out before the Wii U version
Yes, it did.
by a month.
I wanted to get the 3DS version, but I thought to myself, I was like, yeah, we'll just get the Wii U version, and
I got both.
I should get the 3DS version, but I don't know. Nintendo games, they don't go on sale often.
Hardly ever.
Ever. That's one of the main reasons why I don't own a lot of Nintendo games, because holy crap baskets. Unless it becomes like their like Nintendo Selects or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I got like Wind Waker HD for like $20.
Not bad.
So that was good.
Not bad at all.
So I guess moving on, just we want to mention a couple of final little bits of information before we wrap things up. So Mitch, what's going on right now?
This weekend is Quakecon.
What's going on at Quakecon?
Today, E3 at Bethesda's conference, they announced that Doom was getting a sequel called Eternal. But they didn't show it off because they were doing the Fallout 76 stuff. But
Boo.
today
Boo.
Say boo. They showed gameplay and just some little information tidbits about Doom Eternal, which is 2016 Doom's sequel. The most interesting thing to me that they said was that when they were creating this game, they weren't actually creating a game; they were creating more of a Doom universe. Ooh. So they're going super deep into some lore stuff. So I'm super excited to see what that's all about.
It's better than John Carmack's theory on freaking lore. Good gosh. Did you ever see his quote that he had when it came to story in video games? He literally quoted, this was back in the 90s. It might have been not too long after Doom came out. He said that stories in video games are like stories in porn. You can have them, but people really aren't looking for them. Or something like that. I'm misquoting it. But it's like he really didn't think story in video games was that important.
Yeah, well, he's wrong and stupid.
Well, in the 90s, I could see where he's coming from. But because, I mean, the first Doom is nothing but gameplay. A little bit of story.
90s were almost 30 years ago.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome. That's pretty much the only thing that's been going on at QuakeCon. They've just been showing Doom stuff all day. Actually, the biggest announcement is that Doom Eternal will launch on the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yes, it is.
It's a big deal.
It'll be coming to PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
I'm just kind of excited. I like all these games that come out for the Switch because I'm just like, they're getting third-party support, and I kind of want to keep buying the games for Switch, and my PlayStation keeps looking at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't care.
I won't buy Doom for Switch, but I love that it's going there.
I might buy Doom for. I want to get the original, like the first Doom on, or Doom 2016. I want to get that on Switch because I just think it'd be fun.
To play that.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I've heard. I played the multiplayer beta. That was fun.
The music, man. The music just works. Everything is just.
Ooh, Doom is on sale for $10.
Wait, where?
Steam.
Son of a. I don't have a computer that can run it. No!
I'm pretty sure it's on sale for PlayStation, Xbox too. I think they got a QuakeCon sale going on.
Is it on sale on Switch though?
Probably not.
I gotta look. Is my Switch still charged? Okay.
Mine's never charged.
Mine is.
That's my fault.
Mine stays charged for like the longest time. Oh, dude, you know what's happening this weekend, right?
Yeah, the beta for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Whew.
Me too. I didn't even download the client like I said I was going to, so I need to do that.
Oh, I downloaded it.
How big was it? Do you know?
Was it 4 gigabytes? 5 gigabytes?
Oh, that's not too bad.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna grab my Switch, and my Switch is dead.
Not surprised.
Man. Surprise, surprise. Let's see what the last game I played was. Odyssey. It's actually shocking. I thought it was going to be Splatoon. I don't actually recall playing Odyssey last. Interesting. But
yeah.
I'll charge it.
Doom is not on sale on Switch.
Go figure.
It's still $60.
Go figure. Thanks a lot, Nintendo.
It's okay.
At least it's there. You can actually get it cheaper physically right now. Like $50 everywhere.
I still don't want to pay that much.
Oh, I don't either. Not when you can pay $10 for Steam.
But the last little thing I want to mention before we end up closing this thing out is that funny little tidbit, Discord, actual Discord, yes, the service that we actually record this podcast with, or not with, but like we are in Discord. Like, yeah, they're going to start selling games. Essentially, to kind of sum things up, they want to make their own like Steam digital distribution platform. It's a DDP. Self high five. Or yoga, whichever you DDP yoga. But yeah, they're wanting to expand, and actually they're going to they announced on the 9th that they're going to roll out a beta to 50,000 Canadian users. And it's going to use they're going to have a launch title that includes Saints Row the Third, which we actually talked about, Metro Last Light Redux, Super Meat Boy, Hollow Knight, and Starbound. By the way, this article is from The Verge, and as always, just about everything that we talk about, if there is a link for it, we will provide it for you in the description. But it says they're wanting to create a way for people to the little quote thing here says its store will be driven by friendships and playing together, which is a quote from the CMO of Discord. Of Discord. So essentially, they know that there's massive communities that are formed through Discord, right? Mm-hmm. And they're wanting that community. They play games through some other manner. Well, they want to make Discord the one-stop shop where you can come together with your community, and then you can purchase the games through there. So imagine if like you're a big like YouTuber or Twitch streamer or something, and you tell all your followers like, hey, look, if you're part of my Discord channel, maybe I'm just speculating here at this point. Maybe they could have some type of because they're a big time Discord user. Mm-hmm. You could say, hey, to everyone that's actually part of the Discord, and the only way you can get to their Discord is like maybe being like part of their Patreon or something. But to everyone who's actually involved in that community, you get a 20% discount on a game. Or, hey, I'm going to be purchasing this game, and so for 24 hours, this game, because I bought it, is going to be at a discounted price for everyone that's in the community.
Neat.
What if they did something like that?
That'd be cool.
It says here, though, users with a Nitro subscription, which is available for $5 a month to $50 a year, will have access to a different library of games curated by Discord. All users, however, will be able to purchase games from the store. So I noticed something interesting. Like, I'm looking at Discord right now. When I go home on Discord, I click the little home icon, it actually tells me about a lot of games. So, one of our friends, shout out to young Joseph, because there's an older Joseph. Yes, he just gave his last name out on.
That's fine.
To all the 12 people that listen to us, but I can see that he last played Doom and he played Overwatch. And it actually is giving me information on Overwatch. The game, like Discord knows that I've played World of Warcraft on this computer, a while back. So it's giving me some like information on some hot fixes that occurred on August 8th from World of Warcraft. Yeah, and it even says right here, on the quick launcher thing, it says Discord can quickly launch most games you've recently played on this computer. Go ahead and launch one to see it appear here.
Wow.
That's kind of neat, isn't it?
It is. Well, I'm interested where these... Oh, there's a home button.
Yeah. It's under games. So
this is cool.
So this is I'm assuming they're going, because what they're going to do, and it shows a picture in this article, is that in that same little section they're going to add a store tab that you click on, and it's also going to add a library. So it's going to integrate entirely with this system they have right here.
That's pretty neat. I like it.
Yeah. So
I wonder if Steam would counteract that and add like a voice chat, like kind of like this, into it.
Well, I look at it like this: anything that challenges Steam is a good thing at this point, because Steam.
I'm just saying, I wonder if Steam will like counter back to this by trying to add that.
Would they? Would they actually try to do anything? Is there anything that they could try to do? Like, is there can someone get Steam to move? It's like a big sloth that's just laying there.
If this does it, I could see them trying to adapt.
Maybe. Usually competition breeds creativity. So, I mean, like I said, this can only do good things.
Excellent.
Do what?
I said excellent, but I tried to do a Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. It's terrible.
Yeah, that didn't work out very well. Sorry.
R.I.P., dude.
And with that, I think we're gonna end up closing it out. So, Mitch, where can the great people who listen to us, if they've not followed us, if they don't know where to find us, where can they find us?
If you want to contact us to be a part of the show, just go to facebook.com/SSG Podcast. We're on Twitter at SSG_podcast. And if you want to listen to the show, it's easier now than it has ever been, because we are on almost everything. We are on Google Play, iTunes, YouTube. Just search SSG Podcast and our bright red logo will pop up, Chris and I's face. We are on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We are on Spreaker. If you want to go to our Spreaker site, it is Spreaker.com/Chris and Mitch. Am I forgetting any?
Stitcher, if anyone actually uses that. And we're also on TuneIn, I think.
I know I was forgetting one or two. So
yeah, they're the lesser known ones, but there's no excuse, for anyone to not listen to us now. So you better be listening.
He's accessible. And if you're playing video games and like listening to podcasts like myself, you can, if you're on PS4 at least, you can connect your Spotify account and plug up the podcast and listen to it through your speakers while you're playing the video game.
Yeah, see, it's perfect. It works out great.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone once again for listening to us. We will be back next week with some more interesting topics of discussion and maybe some more news and other kinds of shenanigans. So, until then, guys, you all take care and have a fantastic week.
Have a Mitchell one.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.